Blog Talk Radio.
Party crew, keep it real for you. No clothes allowed. It's summer party. Grown and sexy, join the party. Good summer party. Party crew, keep it real for you. No clothes allowed.
Welcome to a Friday night at the Pajama Party. My ass tired tonight.
Like trying to figure.
I'm tired.
You got your old man pants on. What's up?
Not much. It's a Friday night at the Pajama Party. End of a long week. The week preceding the week of the election, the day of the purge, as the movie calls it. I'm Poppa DD. I'm here with Ketel.
Hello.
And Redwine.
Woo woo.
How many days left to the purge?
Till Tuesday. And we have to talk about the election. And why not?
Yeah, I just think it's going to be plenty of violence and crazy stuff out there.
I can imagine.
I just think it's going to be ugly because I just think
4 days to go.
I think it's going to be ugly. I'm not wishing it. I want peace in the world, but I just think that them jokers are going to be
off the chain.
Off the chain.
I think you're right. The chizzy. Well, good evening, everybody.
Good evening.
Bum fly, bum swell.
Oh.
How's everybody?
Not too bad. I'm going to be taking cat naps between sessions.
Oh, no.
If y'all hear somebody snoring, y'all know that's Poppa DD.
That's all right. Go ahead.
He's working for us tonight.
I was going to say,
am I right?
After you want, we can take over the studio.
I know that's right.
I have blank pages in front of me.
Look, that intern
have issues. I don't know.
You the one who was asleep taking a nap. You weren't paying attention to nothing.
Invisible ink.
Yeah, it was a setup.
So you mean do the rundown while you trying to figure out what's going on?
Ketel, you want to get a rundown on what's happening?
Sure.
I'm forgetting the routine.
It's all good. We got our hot topics. Samsung is in trouble again. Washing machines recalled because of explosion risk. Also, former officials in Brunegate found guilty on all counts. Melania Trump delivers her second speech, but did she plagiarize again? Rudy Giuliani, oh Lord, confirms FBI insiders leak information to the Trump campaign. Our hidden and quitted headlines: California is poised to legalize recreational marijuana. Woo-woo. South Carolina ex-policeman's murder trial opens with jury selection. China's Wanda Group buys Dick Clark's production. Takata ready for possible bankruptcy filing. And Reebok plans a big move. What's popping with Poppa DD? He has a surprise for us. Our weird news: Neiman Marcus sold out of $66 frozen collard greens.
Neiman Marcus?
They should be ashamed of themselves. A woman wins $43 million slot machine jackpot, but all she got was meat. Miss Bum Bum pageant is getting crucified for this Last Supper photo. I'm just saying, with Redwine, what happened to dividing church and state? Living for the City with Poppa DD got another surprise for us. My Hollywood wrap-up: the CMA denies removing Beyonce's performance from website. Also, The View clashes with Trump campaign manager. Cocktail of the week: the vanilla old-fashioned.
Okay.
Our kiss it list, and the last word. Sit back, relax, get your favorite cocktail, because that's what we're doing.
Hello.
And we'll be right back with the hot topics.
It's another Friday night at the Pajama Party Show, and we're here with our PJs on because you know we don't allow clothes in here. If you enjoyed the Pajama Party Show, why not invite a friend or tell a neighbor to tune in right now? Go ahead and text them. I'll wait. Tell them to call us right now at 914-803-4306. And if they want to join in on the conversation, tell them to press 1 so that we'll know they have something to say. We'd love to meet your neighbors, friends, and relatives. So send them a text, email them, or call them up and tell them to join us for the Pajama Party live on Blog Talk Radio. The more the merrier. Or is it Misery Loves Company? Or whichever. Tell them to call us up on 914-803-4306 if they just want to listen, or press 1 if you want to join the conversation. Now let's get back to the crew and more of the Pajama Party show while I try to find out who hid the belt from my robe. I tell you the truth. Y'all know you're so wrong for that.
Welcome back to the Pajama Party. I'm one of the hosts, Poppa DD. I'm here with Ketel.
Hello.
And Redwine.
Bonsoir.
And if you're joining us for the first time, this is a Friday night adult talk show. We're getting warmed up. It's a little chilly tonight. Where are we tonight? I haven't been outside. I don't know where we are. Anyway.
We're up in the mountains in Virginia. That's all we can say.
Yes, we're in Massanutten.
Oh, you're going to tell it, huh?
I was going to say, we tell you we had to kill you.
Up in the mountains, it's cold as hell.
They don't know which cabin, though, right?
That's true. I was going to say, if you find us, hang out.
I put a couple squirrels out there today. I'm going to fry them up tomorrow.
Oh, gosh.
Really?
I'm going to fry them with some eggs. And
really,
some,
Papa? Really?
Hash browns.
Oh, wow.
I don't want breakfast.
No, I don't want the roadkill special.
Wild squirrel is delicious in Virginia in November.
Okay.
Believe me.
Okay, Papa.
Yeah, whatever you say.
All right.
Can we get on the hot topic?
You eat that by yourself.
Their little bellies are...
Oh, that's gross.
You cut the
okay.
what you do, you turn the scroll over, right?
Oh, my gosh.
You just
cut
his
going to give us a recipe for
You cut his little stomach out.
I'm getting ready to get the recipe of hot topic.
Simmer it in olive oil, salt and pepper, and a little bit of vanilla abstract.
Really? You know what that means, right?
All right.
Moving on. Let's get to the hot topics.
All right. I got the first one here.
Yes.
Samsung washing machines recalled because of explosion risk. Really?
Oh, boy.
Here we go.
Come on now. We just had the phones going on. Now it's the washing machines.
And
I didn't realize they made washing machines.
Those Samsung
they
washing
got some
machines are not
stuff.
cheap. They're high tech and everything.
High tech and high ticket.
Who spent $1,000 for a damn washing machine anyway? You lost your
Be
mind.
surprised.
It must do things for you.
Just wash my drawers.
Can I get into the story?
Go for it.
Samsung still reeling from its fire-prone Galaxy Note 7 smartphone is recalling almost 3 million washing machines because they can explode. Samsung Electronics and federal regulations announced a recall on Friday after reports that the lids of the machines can pop off violently while the laundry is spinning, posing an injury risk. Really? Samsung said it can happen when bedding, water-resistant or bulky items are washed on high speed. The drum can lose its balance, causing excessive vibration. Really?
Excessive vibration?
That dislode the lid. I ain't messing with you, baby.
Just ask the question.
Samsung was hit with a class action lawsuit over the machines in August. A customer in Texas said her washer exploded with such ferocity that it penetrated the interior wall of her garage.
Oh, my goodness.
Wait
a minute. Vibrations and penetration? What is this machine?
I told you, I'm not messing with you, Redwine.
Okay.
The South Korean company is already dealing with the recall of 1 million Galaxy Note smartphones, which can burst into flames while charging. In September, the GPSC told customers to immediately stop using it and power down their Galaxy 7. The FAA told travelers to turn off their phones when flying, and the New York City Transit system said to turn them off on trains and buses. So Samsung declined further comment, I bet, about the washing machine. The company is offering customers, check this out, free in-home repair with 1-year warranty extension or a rebate to buy a new washer.
Wait a minute. In-home repair of what? The garage wall when that thing blows up and goes through the wall?
Just a wash machine. With free installation and removal of the old one. Customers who stick with Samsung get $150 towards their next washer. like Papa said, it's $1,000. You taking $150 off? They ain't jiggity jack. But I'm saying that lady said the top blew off and penetrated the wall of her garage. That's almost like a missile. So now she got to pay to have her drywall fixed and whatever else got destroyed. And they're talking about, oh, we'll fix your machine. But if you stay with the Samsung, you get $150 towards your next. Yeah, but what's $150 when it's like you said, it's like $1,000 or something to buy the thing. And the heck wants to go Samsung again? Give me something different.
What if I wanted to go back to my Maytag?
See what I'm saying? Then that's on you. You know what? I think it's a conspiracy. I'm thinking that somebody is sabotaging Samsung products. Or they're testing the products and they know that these things are not working correctly, but they like have a schedule. So we got to stay on schedule. I mean, just that could be too.
They also have contracts.
Sure, yeah.
With Best Buys and everybody else is buying their crap.
So they got to produce that product. You know, if you don't produce that product, they don't care the risk. I'm sticking with my conspiracy theory.
The average Samsung washing machine costs?
No, they didn't.
They're at least $800-900.
Really? Oh no, but I'm still sticking with the conspiracy theory.
Washing machine.
They could be. I'm kind of agreeing with you on the conspiracy theory. Yeah. I don't know. It just seems like they didn't have all these issues before. I mean, I've had no problems with Samsung products that I've had. Now all of a sudden, washing machines are exploding. The new cell phone battery is exploding. That just sounds like somebody's sabotaging them. Okay, the top price I see is Samsung is $1,100.
Yeah, they're not cheap.
And the cheapest one maybe like $599.
For a washing machine?
Yeah, that's quite a bit. And that's their low end? It's $599? $494, I see. High efficiency, yeah. Oh, that's that high efficiency one. So you got to buy a particular type of laundry powder for that. Laundry soap, it has to be the kind that has like low suds. Because if you put a regular stuff in there, it'll mess that machine up and the suds will come all out and then you'll have a mess. Well, I got another one on a hot topic. Two former officials were linked to the New Jersey governor Chris Christie's office were found guilty on all charges today in connection with the closure of those lanes on the bridge in 2013. And that's 3 years ago? Come on, really? It took them from 2013 till now to decide that these two people were guilty and that this was done. It was the George Washington Bridge, and it was done as an act of alleged political retribution. And then that's how it ended up becoming called Bridgegate. So Bridget Ann Kelly, who was the former deputy chief of staff to Christie, and this other guy, Bill Baroni, both of them have been found guilty, and they're facing 7 counts of a variety of charges, including conspiracy, fraud, and civil rights deprivation. Really? I don't know how civil rights were deprived if you shut down lanes of a bridge. I mean, what were they doing? Telling the black people, you can't go. Everybody else can go. I don't know. I've never heard of that. I don't know. That's a new one on me. That is. But, of course, this is having an effect on Chris Christie's career because he's still denying that he knew anything about it. Right. I don't believe that. Well, they did point the finger at those two, I believe. I think so. And it looks like they're just going to have to be the fall guy and fall woman for this. So he gave a statement and said that he was saddened by this whole thing and repeated his claim that he knew nothing about it. So the attorney for Bridget Ann Kelly said that they're planning to appeal the verdict and request a new trial. You know they aren't going to just take that sitting down. Wow, really? Yeah, so it says Kelly and Baroni each face a maximum sentence of 86 years as a maximum. So that's like life in jail. I'm pretty sure they're not children, so wow. Yep, so we'll see. It says that the alleged bridge closure was a deliberate act to punish the Democratic mayor of Fort Lee, New Jersey, who did not endorse Chris Christie for his 2013 reelection bid. Now, how crazy is that? Just because one of the mayors of another city decides they don't want to support you and back you, you're going to screw up the traffic on the bridge? That doesn't make sense. Yeah. Well, I'm glad they got busted. What's your view on this, Papa? You think they should fall down for that, or should they just tattletale and tell them like?
Or do you think Christie is lying?
Yeah.
You think he knew?
Well, I'm just surprised it happened because Northern Jersey is the most, oh my God, how can I put it? The most nepotism.
It's the good old boys club.
Good old boys, mafia bass, soprano. They all playing the same violin up there, and it's really interesting how he was able to squeeze some people out of the Chris Christie administration because all of them were on the right side of white up there, and they all have everything in common. They all know each other very well. And Chris Christie has taken pop shots with things lately where he's becoming, I thought he's a real strong guy. And this guy, he's a soft, he's a mess.
He's a putz.
He's a mess. And Trump is just abusing the hell out of him. I hope he's using Vaseline brand. Vaseline. And you open up somebody's rectum. I would hope you use brand name Vaseline. I'm in
boy.
Anyway.
I know that's right.
Lately, when I first saw Chris Christie, I was really a fan of his, hoping that his strong authority would get into the presidency or things like that. Had high hopes, but ever since he chumped himself by, and then this thing with this whole Bridgegate thing with his staff, and all these people knew each other.
Yeah.
And how they picked two people out. But then again, it could be a ploy where they took them two as the fall person or whatever. You never know the internals behind this.
What is the most time they could do, did you say, Ray?
86 years.
Yeah, okay.
It's the maximum.
They won't see 86 days.
Are you serious? Come on now.
They won't see 86
I mean, for those charges,
I know.
people have killed people and done less time than that.
Yeah.
I don't get it.
That doesn't make any sense. They
Now
probably do, like you said, they probably do less than a year.
Now, the bridge was closed. The traffic was bad going to New York or
Coming
from
into
New York?
New York. Coming into New York.
Out of...
Out of that part of Jersey.
Right, because they had 1 lane or 2 lanes or something.
Yeah, it was something like
and
that.
they usually have 6 lanes. So they,
Right.
cut down 4 lanes at least. And that's crazy.
Now, how was the toll situation? Because in that area, if I can remember correctly, you pay to go in one way and you're free the other way. I think that when I was on the Verrazano Bridge, when I was leaving, I paid to come back into Jersey. Yeah, and also the Gotham Bridge, which connects to the Verrazano Bridge, but going in is free. So if they were coming back to Jersey, they had to pay.
When you're going into New York, you do pay. I do know that.
Really?
This is the George Washington Bridge.
Yeah, but it doesn't matter what bridge it is. Depending on which way you're going, you pay one way and you don't pay the other way coming out. Like when you come from Pennsylvania, you don't pay going into Jersey, but you come out and pay going out of Jersey into Pennsylvania. It all depends on which way you're going, how it's
Either way, they mess things up.
Yeah, something was going on too with the tolls. I'm sure they put 1 lane in effect and then charging people to pay the toll. That's why I was moving so slow, because you had to pay a toll.
Oh, okay.
That brought the slow.
Oh, I thought it was just because of construction.
Yeah, no, it probably was a toll concern.
Oh,
I'm sure you pay to go into Jersey from New York. So that's what backed it up as well. So I'm such a traveling man. Yeah.
Okay.
You guys got to get out.
Oh, okay. Is that what it is? We need to get out?
Yeah. You're pale.
We didn't work for you. We could get
out. You need sun. You need to get out, really.
Well, thank you. Okay, we're going to get into some little politics here.
Uh-oh. What you got?
Melania Trump delivers her second speech, but did she plagiarize again?
That's the papa tapa. Why would you let a woman talk like that who's not even a full-fledged, casual, conservative, American-flavored person?
But wait a minute, quote-unquote, is she a U.S. citizen?
Allegedly.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay. All right. Well,
I'm sure she must be, because she married an American, so if she didn't go through the proper process, she would have been based on being
there
married.
was some discrepancy on some papers or something.
Yeah, that's true. It was.
Yeah.
Okay, Melania Trump gave her first public speech since the Republican National Convention when she was accused of plagiarizing Michelle Obama. She entered the stage to "This is the dawn of the age of Aquarius."
Yeah, that was crazy.
She
No, she came out to that song. You know how they play music?
Right.
She came out to "This is the dawning of the age of Aquarius," and people were like, "What?"
Many people, despite overcoming the national embarrassment of stealing words directly from First Lady Mrs. Trump, faces those accusations yet again. But this time, she was accused of stealing a line from Mr. Trump's second wife, Marla Maples. Speaking at a campaign, even in Berwyn, Pennsylvania, Mrs. Trump made her case for why voters should choose her husband. He will make fantastic president of the United States, she said.
Oh, gosh.
She highlighted her love for the U.S. shared with her husband and recalled her life back in Slovenia before immigrating in the 90s. It was a beautiful childhood. My parents were wonderful, she said. Of course, we all knew about this incredible place called America. America meant if you could dream it, you could become it. Educated amateur historian Yoni Brander first pointed out the line on Twitter, which appears to be lifted from 2011 interview with Mrs. Maples. He goes on to say, even though I was from a small town of 500 people, I learned to dance, play clarinet, and play so on. Mrs. Maples, who was married to Mr. Trump 93 to 99, said, I believe if you could dream it, you could become it. Okay, the quote appears to be a variation of a well-known maxim credited to 20th century American writer William Arthur Ward. He says that same thing. If you can imagine it, you can create it.
So Marla Maples got the line from that guy.
Right, William Arthur Ward.
And then Melania Trump somehow picked that same line up again.
Right. So.
Okay.
Her creative writers, I'm telling you, they just
not very creative.
I have to agree. It's just, I just don't think, I'm sorry, if he doesn't make president, she ain't going to be there too much longer. She's going to be scared. I just don't believe that she's going to stay.
Because she's evaluating her life right now. She said, I was young, sexy, macho.
Oh,
I could be laying on beach naked with French men.
Is that what she said, Papa?
Yes.
Yeah, in your mind, that's what she said.
She's reassessing her life right now, big time. She really is. She's saying, wow, he done put this little half white, half whatever son in my belly. Okay, I got him to lug around.
But at least she's going to get something out the deal. She had a son for him.
Yeah, maybe.
So, I mean,
if he doesn't go bankrupt again.
Look, he's going to find some money somewhere. Trust and believe that. Donald Trump, he always finds money.
But look, this is the thing that got me. Now, she said that if she becomes First Lady, her project is going to be fighting cyberbullying. That's what she wants to do. You know how the First Ladies always have some project or something that they work on. She said she wants to work on dealing with doing something about cyberbullying.
She's been bullied before or something?
I don't know. She's married to a bully. So, but that's what everybody was saying this today, all over the everything.
Right.
Was like, did she really get up there and say she wants to combat cyberbullying when her husband gets on Twitter and bullies folks at 3 a.m?
Yes, he does. Yeah.
Remember he was the pageant winner. He got on Twitter at 3 a.m, calling her names and saying a bunch of crazy stuff.
I thought he was talking to Hillary Clinton at 3 a.m.
Oh, he's done that too.
Oh, Lord.
He's one of the biggest cyber bullies out there.
And she's going to be fighting with him.
I don't know what she plans to do. One of the late night comedians, what's his name, Trevor Noah? He said, well, you could reduce at least 50% of cyberbullying if you take your husband's phone away.
Shut up. No, he didn't.
I heard that on The View. Somebody else said your husband could be a good start at getting rid of cyberbullying. You know, everybody's jumping on that, and I completely understand.
That's funny. That's funny.
I really think she should have picked something like body shaming or something with her being a model or ex-model.
Right.
At least that's something she probably has more first-hand knowledge.
Right.
Yeah, I don't know if her son has been bullied or not. How old is their child? Like 10 years old?
10.
So I don't know if that was ever an issue, but I don't know where that came from. The whole cyberbullying thing.
But her campaign people probably just picked something and said, what would you prefer? And she said, I'll take that one.
I will take cyberbullying.
I will take
or 200 hours.
We have one more hot topic. What you got over there, Papa?
I got
Rudy. He's doing something.
Oh, that's your boy.
Rudy.
That's your boy, Rudy.
Yeah.
What's Rudy up to? He can't help himself. He can't.
Let's talk about Rudy Giuliani.
Come on.
I guess we have to.
My goodness. What a person. What a man. You know, it's very interesting when you have lived a life where you've been in the limelight at some point, and you don't know when to say when. You don't have no real retirement plan in place. You're on Trump's payroll. You're the puppet to him. You think because you were the mayor of New York City that you're the big old growl. I had the biggest job. In fact, I was mayor during 9/11. But you also was cheating on your wife while you was in the mayorship with your little press secretary, that little fat chubby joint you was messing with. And the wife was freaking out while your little big-headed little son was tripping out trying to figure out what you was doing against mommy. So they don't realize the times when they were showing their ass. Now that his son is 18 years old and his wife has moved on, and I don't even think he's with the woman he's messing around with his wife with because he's just a mess. He's got teeth like Frankenstein. He's so angry with life and people and everything. Every time he talks, and he's a true payroll person of Trump. You got to realize that when you're a billionaire, I can implore a lot of people to do a lot of crazy stuff for me. You know what I mean? I could have jobs out there that are just ridiculous. And just tell people, what we got going on? Well, we got 25 people on the payroll that are doing this, doing that. Everybody you see on TV, go on CNN, speaking of Trump, they're getting paid. Old girl, the one on the apprentice, what's her name?
Who, Omarosa?
Omarosa? Please, she's a mess. She ain't never worked nowhere in a pie factory in her life. All she's known was, reality shows. So Trump's got her on the payroll, and he probably throws them $100,000 a year. And you look at all of them as a charity case. Probably files them all tax-wise at the end of the year. So you never know. It's
the taxes that we've never seen.
Yeah, but anyway, getting back to the story here at hand. The topic is Rudy Giuliani confirms that the FBI insiders leaked information to the Trump campaign. Now, first of all, the gentleman who runs the FBI, he used to work for the city of New York under Rudy Giuliani.
Oh, okay? I didn't know that.
So look at the history and go back and know why privyness has been. And they strong-armed him and probably, said he would show some pictures of his wife naked, the FBI guy, whatever. Everybody got something on everybody. Okay, so Rudy Giuliani said Friday that he knew the FBI planned to review more emails tied to Hillary Clinton before a public announcement about the investigation last week, confirming that the agency leaked information to Donald Trump's presidential campaign.
Wow.
All right. So, like I said, he used to work for him, so therefore, I guess he...
So he still has inside tracks?
Of course. And, they got here. I mean, people nowadays are Republican, they're Democrat, depending on the flavor of the month, the time of day, the weather that day. People going back and forth. There was a time when Hillary and Trump were very good friends, when they would hang out on yachts together and have parties together. So it's amazing for them both to, and they'll be friends after the election. All this stuff they're talking about now is just a facade based on the fact that two teams playing, whether it be a football, baseball, basketball. Even though LeBron is going up against, somebody else, it don't mean he's not friends during the summertime when the basketball season's over.
That's true.
So anyway, the former New York City mayor and Trump's surrogates have, and that's the word right there, surrogate. A surrogate person is a person that's on the payroll. They have recently dropped a series of hints that he knew in advance that the FBI planned to look at emails that were prominently connected to Hillary's private server. That server situation is really becoming that's her real Achilles heel. She's
that's true.
If she could take that back, she would. But, Hillary's been evil since the start, and nobody's talking about how, and like I said, I'm not choosing anything over any candidate or whatever. I'm saying non-biased on the whole situation. But when Hillary lost the nomination to Barack Obama, you remember how evil she was with that move? Do you remember that evil woman?
She was very disappointed.
Oh yeah.
Disappointed. Get my ass. She was.
But he pulled her aside and said, "Look, I'm gonna put you in this position and just wait, because I'm gonna help you. You know, get
yes,
you know,
exactly.
we can work together.
Yeah, they work together. Yeah.
But then Biden's wife blew it by saying, "Well, he decided to make Biden the president," and he flew, fly her around as the. Remember, his wife leaked out the fact that he had a choice between Biden and Hillary to be the. Yeah. So anyway, the whole thing in a nutshell is that all these people in all this situation, these people, everybody's crooked in their own way. They really are. I mean, I think the pound for pound with the situation with Trump and the situation with Hillary is both of them. If you uncover some heavy stuff with Hillary, you'll see that she is just as dirty.
Oh, sure.
Just as dirty. And I'm not saying that any Hillary Clinton fans are listening out there. I don't mean to piss you off or anything. I'm not picking sides or anything. I'm very non-biased on this.
I'm not.
But Hillary has gotten away with so much crap. She was being very arrogant with the Benghazi situation, where she was being Miss quote-unquote professional lady, where nobody had access to her. And then the crap hit the fan there, and now they're trying to get in touch with her when she didn't have, you ever have a boss you can't have a good open door policy to? It's almost like that. But then now that the building's burning, you got to talk to the boss, and the boss got to talk to you. But other than that, he would come in every day and not even say good morning to your ass. Okay? So sometimes it gets like that. We really have to rehumanize ourselves, because nobody is better than anybody, especially when your health comes into question.
So Giuliani is saying that he already knew in advance.
He knew, and also
that the FBI was going to drop this bomb.
Exactly, because the director of the FBI works for him. These guys are probably friends. They're friends with each other's wives and people like that.
Well, used to work for him.
Used to work for him when he was mayor of New York. So they all go way back, So.
Yeah, and I wonder if they're going to talk about that.
Then they probably could have paid him. When I say pay,
But
pay.
Giuliani is saying that he knew about it way before.
Because
but this just came out 4, 5, 8 days or something before the election. So it sounds like if they knew about it at least maybe a week or two ago, they sat on it and waited until it got closer to the election day, and then they decide to drop that bomb.
Everything has a time and a place.
Well, you have to understand too that they have a way to get through all this, because they went through your boy Weiner. That's where it went through. Weiner is completely
Weiner is still causing problems.
And Weiner was also he was originally a congressman out of New York, which there again is Giuliani's backyard. And there's people and friends in New York that can pull strings and all. And then who's to say Weiner's not talking? He's pissed off because he lost his wife. You know what I mean?
Yeah, because she
sure
rolled out on him.
He's just crazy. Something's really wrong with him.
Yeah.
He's
probably
He's obsessed with that thing.
Yeah, but that's something he has some issues mentally. Look, if you guys got any questions or comments what we're talking about, hit us up tonight, 914-803-4306.
And press 1.
Press 1 to get in the queue and
can't help yourself.
Talk to us.
Probably got a hell of a trunk hanging between his legs.
Oh, yeah.
That's why he's so proud of it. He's proud of it.
Well, look, we're going to take a little CC break, and we're going to come back with the Hit and Quit headlines.
You're in the right place at the right time. It's the Pajama Party. www.apajamaparty.com. Produced by DC Homegrown Entertainment. Don't just sit there yelling at the air. You've got an opinion? We want to hear it too. Dial 914-803-4306. That's 914-803-4306. Don't let us have all the fun by ourselves. We've got room for you at the Pajama Party. And remember, it's PJs only, no clothes allowed. Operators are standing by. Well, they're lounging on pillows, but they're waiting for your calls. So call us now, 914-803-4306. Now back to the crew and more of the Pajama Party. Oh, you want to throw pillows?
Welcome back to the Pajama Party. I'm
You?
I'm watching Redwine squeeze something out of a rubber bottle.
Oh, boy. And who are you again?
I'm Poppa DD. I'm here with Ketel.
Hello.
And Redwine.
Bonsoir, mind your business.
And, both of them need therapy.
Yeah, we've had a hellified week. How about that?
We all gonna be in therapy together.
You guys have had a hellified week. Hit us up tonight, 914-803-4306.
Yeah,
Press
tell us
1.
how your week was.
Yeah.
All right, let's see. Who's up first for the hit it and quit it?
Well, I'm about to shell our week down with this hit it and quit it.
Okay.
California is poised to legalize recreational marijuana.
Uh-oh. I thought they already had that.
California was... they legalized marijuana for medical, municipal purposes 20 years ago. Wow.
Oh, okay.
Didn't know.
Medicinal.
Is day away from legalizing the plant for recreational use. Really? Excuse me. 57% of likely voters support Proposition 64, a measure to legalize the possession, cultivation, use, and sale of marijuana for adults 21 and older.
Oh, really?
California became the first state to establish a medical marijuana program in '96. Wow. About 24 states have followed suit. In 2010, it had the opportunity to make history again by becoming the first state to legalize recreational marijuana, but voters ultimately rejected that ballot measure. 2 years later, Colorado led the way, becoming the first state in the U.S. and the first government in the world to establish a regulated marijuana marketplace. 4 states, along with Washington, D.C., which now legalize recreational marijuana, although D.C. continues to ban sales, unlike the state programs. 4 other states, Maine, Massachusetts, Arizona, and Nevada, will also decide on legalizing recreational marijuana. Medical marijuana legalization initiatives will appear on the ballot in Arkansas, Montana, Nevada, and Florida. It's like everybody's getting on in action.
They sure are.
If voters approve all legalization measures, almost 1/4 of the U.S. population would live in states with access to some form of legalized marijuana.
Why not?
It's getting there. What the hell? Why not? Might as well.
Colorado is making a fortune.
The first day they made $1 million. You can't beat that. I mean, and the taxes and all of that. I mean,
everything is caught up.
But it's, I did see something on TV recently. There are some pluses and minuses, but it seemed like the pluses outweigh the minuses.
It does seem that way.
Because, of course, they had to have some type of doctor or something saying that there's a difference between marijuana. Like if you're driving, marijuana and alcohol, there is a big difference. So she pointed those things out, and it was interesting to hear. So because she said marijuana stays in your blood system, and I guess alcohol does not. So
Well, true.
It is what it is.
Well, moving on, I got another hit and quit it for you. The murder trial of former South Carolina policeman who shot an unarmed black motorist last year has finally started jury selection this week.
Really?
So now that's putting, again, the national spotlight back on that case that triggered all kind of concern about racial bias in law enforcement when it happened. So the officer's name is Michael Slager, or Slager. He's a white North Charleston police officer who was arrested and charged with murder in April of 2015. And that was only because a bystander's cell phone video came up and showed him shooting Walter Scott in the back 8 times.
Really?
Walter Scott was running away from the officer, and this guy, Michael Slager, shot him 8 times.
Okay.
In the back. Remember that in South Carolina?
Yeah.
So they started working on trying to select a jury, but Slager, who was 34 years old, pleaded not guilty and was released from jail on bond early in January.
Really?
Yeah. But in pretrial motions, his defense lawyer said that he was on patrol in a dangerous neighborhood when he stopped Scott, who was 50 years old at the time, for driving a car with a broken brake light. Scott got out of the car and ran, and Slager said he chased the black man on foot and hit him with a stun gun twice. And then the defense attorney said that Slager felt threatened when Scott grabbed the stun gun after a struggle and pointed it at the officer.
Really?
So I'm trying to figure out, how is he pointing something at you, but you shot him in the back?
But you know what?
I don't get it.
Sometimes, unfortunately, you only see snippets of what happened.
Yeah.
Because the video they show, you see this man just shooting him, but we don't know what happened before and what happened after.
Well, he says that Scott grabbed his stun gun. Now, I'm trying to understand, first of all, if you hit him twice with a stun gun, or maybe he just shot it at him, I don't know. He said that he shot him twice, or fired the stun gun twice at Scott. No, it says he hit him. He said he hit him with the stun gun at least twice. So that means to me you tried multiple times. You hit him at least twice with the stun gun.
So the guy didn't go down?
He must not have, according to the officer. He's saying that Scott grabbed the stun gun and pointed it at him, and then he felt threatened. But then somehow Scott
shot
ran.
him in the back.
Exactly. Scott had to have turned and run from him in order for him to shoot him, not once or twice, but 8 times.
So he should have had the stun gun in his hand if he grabbed it.
You would think. So I don't understand how this all played out, but that's what his defense attorneys are saying.
He lied.
Is what happened. So, of course, everybody now is watching all of this because they want to make sure that this man doesn't get away with basically cold-blooded murder.
Right.
So we'll see what happens. They're just selecting the jury, so.
What do you think, Papa?
I just, what gets me is that when we look at something in clear view, why do we let the speculations of the court or the
attorneys?
The defense attorneys come in with these conspiracy theories, and us as black folks, they actually listen to this crap?
Mm-hmm.
Are you kidding me? First of all, when the man got out of the car, okay, period, he ran because he had a situation with back child support.
I do remember
I do recall that.
Now,
I do recall.
his paranoia of that particular situation got him out of there. Now, he didn't even know that was even going to be the case. I mean, sometimes you got to face the music because you never know that the cop may not even mention that to you. So I think that the gentleman that got shot, his account from the beginning was to run like that based on not
he wasn't trying to go to jail for back child support.
Yeah, but you don't even know if you was going to even go to jail. That's a whole nother laptop opening entry.
Mm-hmm.
When you get stopped, the cop could have wanted you for something in particular and wasn't going to go there. Sometimes you got to take your chances. But when you running because you're revealing yourself, you don't think that cop got access to everything. That different things come up on different screens.
Yeah, that's true.
And he
apparently
gets out of the
Walter
car.
Scott made the assumption that if
right,
the cop is stopping me, it's because
he
of
did
that.
not make the assumption to die.
No, not at all.
Okay, you could have had that man off at the path. He was a 50-year-old, out-of-shape man that was running, who eventually would have said, I'm tired. You could have had one car come and go around the block and meet him somewhere and head him off at the path and arrest his ass. Now, what gives you the right to hold deer practice on his ass in broad daylight? Just to shoot bullets at him. I don't care. Don't put no spin on this. Don't put no glove on this. Don't put no what-ifs, conspiracy theories on this. Don't even do that, because you do that, you're disrespecting that man's life. Just because he owed child support is no way for him to be killed by a police officer. That's not the end all of everything.
No, that was definitely unjustified.
The child doesn't have a father anymore, or whatever the case may be. And we have to back up on all that stuff anyway. Everybody has to come to an equilibrium when things get out of hand. If somebody just like if you refinance your house, is there a way we can refinance our child support maybe? You know what I mean? Maybe we can go back to the court and retry, do so. Why not?
Many people do.
Why not? You cannot define.
No, I'm saying many people do.
Right, because you cannot define a person for one evolution in their life. In order to make that baby, that woman's legs had to be open like a jackknife scissors in order for that sperm cell to go up inside of that body in order to make that baby. Now all of a sudden...
You still in therapy?
I'm in therapy, yes. I'm completely in therapy. But I'm saying the fact that let's keep it moving.
Yeah.
Please don't sugarcoat that man's death.
Oh,
and don't let him
are you
die
talking to me?
in vain.
I'm not. I'm just reporting the story. I'm just reporting the story.
Okay.
And I'm trying to recall, because that was, 2 years ago now?
Yeah.
So I'm trying to recall what the events were leading up to it. But anyway, I got one more, and then I'm going to let somebody else take the mic. China's Wanda Group has bought the Dick Clark Productions for $1 billion.
Jesus.
$1 billion. I didn't even know Dick Clark Productions was up for sale.
Ooh.
But and it's China's richest man who bought it.
Wow.
So this move apparently they're saying was expected for months. Billionaire Wang Jilin Dalian of the Wanda Group bought the Dick Clark Production Company for a whopping $1 billion.
Jesus.
And it says that this marks this Chinese company's first move into television.
Really?
Now, you recall Dick Clark Productions produces the Golden Globe Awards, the American Music Awards, and the Billboard Music Awards, among others. So they're saying that this is a big step in expanding the Wanda Group's map in the entertainment industry. Now, apparently some people on Capitol Hill are having some concerns about this. There's actually 16 members of Congress suggested that the acquisition of American entertainment companies should be subject to more scrutiny.
Really?
Yeah, because they're saying that to let an overseas entity start buying up large blocks of American entertainment and controlling it, they're saying that we need to keep a sharp eye on that, I guess, to make I don't know what they're looking for, but I don't think that's a good idea, really, for some overseas company. I don't care whether it's Chinese, German, whatever, to have that much control over the American entertainment industry.
Look, they got the money. Whoever who owns it,
but it shouldn't just be about that.
Hey, well, look, can I say something again?
Go right ahead.
You finished, Arthur?
Yeah, that's all I was going to say about it. I'm going to keep it moving.
Yeah, let me say this here. Now, if Congress would bring their ass to work, okay? Now, is this the same Congress that would be dealing with Barack, and all of a sudden they are off until, how's the schedule go, Redwine? They're
I
off
think they work, 2 months, and then they're off for 3 months?
Then and this is no laughing matter, because they're off then they go for the Easter break, but they don't come back until the day after Labor Day or something.
What's your point? What's your point?
They don't work
My
much.
point is the fact their asses ain't in the chair.
And then they talk about this.
And then after the accusation is done, now you want to speak on it?
Yeah.
But you've been so busy fighting Barack's laws and things he's been trying to do, or you're taking off, you're not there, you're worrying about a judge being put in the Supreme Court thing.
Yeah.
You're worrying about all these things that's distracting. There's only so many days in the year.
Right.
And if your ass ain't in the chair, then what you going to do? If you go to get your hair done and your hairdresser and your barber is never there, what you going to do?
Find another one.
Exactly.
Yeah,
your hair going to still continue to grow.
Yep.
And your weave got to be replaced. But whatever you got going on got to be redone. So right now, that's why the distractors of the world, the things happen with the outside entities, because when people are distracted, this is what happens. And now when it happens, and also you left one thing out too with Dick Clark. He also owns rights to the Times Square thing at
the New Year's.
That's probably
New
the whole.
Eve
It's
thing.
probably in the whole package.
And now,
What's that among others?
It's
There's a lot of stuff
right.
he has.
It's on his blanket. And $1 billion is nothing. That's no money for all the stuff Dick Clark has a hold of,
Yeah.
So.
Okay.
So hats off to him. Congratulations.
Right.
You won the Dick
I don't
Clark
like
prize.
that deal.
Are you guys familiar with Takata?
Aren't they the ones that had all the exploding shrapnel airbags?
Yep.
Oh,
Takata
is
they might be possibly filing for bankruptcy.
Oh, really? I guess after all those recalls.
Yep. Japanese auto supplier Takata is reportedly readying a potential bankruptcy filing after a crushing scandal that sapped its finances triggered the largest automotive recall in U.S. history. Takata's exploding airbag scandal has cast a cloud of uncertainty over the company, whose Michigan-based subsidiary TK Holdings is said to be weighing a Chapter 11 bankruptcy. So Takata has been conducting negotiations with its key customers in a bid to share the steep costs associated with the largest automotive recall in all time. The company is responsible for recalls of 84 million airbags in the U.S., Canada, and Japan.
84 million?
That's a lot.
Yeah, that's a lot.
On October 11th, Takata acknowledged that it had formed a committee to explore restructuring options, though it did not confirm similar reports that it was weighing bankruptcy, which I'm quite sure they will. Several firms, including airbag manufacturer Autoliv and the private equity firm Bain Capital, are said to be proposing bids for Takata that could include a bankruptcy restructuring. The parent company reported a 6.6% decline in net sales in the quarter ending June 30th, $1.6 billion based on today's currency rates. Net income fell 32.9% to $20 million.
Wow.
That's a lot.
Gee, they're so broke now. Anyway, what you got over there, Papa?
Wow.
I'm reading this thing here with Reebok, which is so interesting because I'm trying to understand what they mean by, let me read it here. We can maybe try to dissect it a little better. Another high-profile company is moving to Boston. Reebok, the athletic shoe and apparel company, plan to shift nearly 700 employees from Canton. So where's Canton exactly?
Canton, New Jersey?
I don't know.
Canton, Ohio.
I think it's
I think Canton is in Ohio.
Really? Okay, well, we have to look that up. We got to do some research on that. From Canton to the new headquarters in the city. The move would be one of Boston's biggest corporate relocation in years. So I guess Boston's going to benefit from this. But it's not going to come without some pain. Okay, about 300 people who work in the corporate positions for German parent company Adidas AG in Canton, where nearly will lose their jobs in this particular state because they're not asking 300 people to move. They're just going to release them. So new Adidas CEO, a guy named Kasper Roski, said that the move is part of an effort to restructure the Reebok brand, making it clear that he is disappointed with the pace of sales at the company. Okay,
and they think moving
you're worried about
your
disappointed with your pace of sales, but you got the money to buy a brand new facility in Boston anyway.
Boston
all right.
would be cheaper, maybe.
Well, Boston has a lot of advantages. I guess it's on the water. It's it's an open area, what have you. But we're not going to have. The gentleman was quoted to say on a conference call with investors and analysts on Thursday that we're asked about the turnabout on Reebok, and they said there's a lot of competition out there, and they need to stay first grade going up against many other sneaker companies that are branching out and what have you. But people are suffering, jobs are being lost. And
how many jobs are they cutting?
300.
Wow.
300. This is corporate positions.
Reebok must not be. They making too much money.
Well, not enough. I don't know what they're doing.
They're making millions of dollars. The big wigs up there, the little peons, not making nothing. But there's a Canton, Ohio, and there's a Canton, New Jersey. So.
Right. Yeah.
More likely,
Canton,
it's probably.
Ohio is where the Hall of Fame football is.
No, I don't know which Canton it is, but so they're going to relocate
to Boston.
And apparently they think that's going to help them to increase their bottom line.
I guess so. Maybe it's cheaper in Boston. I don't know.
Well,
you got me on that one. You guys got any questions or comments? Or if you know if it's cheap in Boston, let us know. 914-803-4306.
Press 1.
Press 1.
Anybody from Boston, tell us what's going on up there.
It must be something going on up there.
I don't know. But we'll take a quick break and coming right back with What's Poppin' with Poppa DD.
This is the Pajama Party coming to you live. What's on your mind? Call us on 914-803-4306. Got an opinion or just want to say hello to the crew? Hello! You know what to do. Call 914-803-4306. If you just want to listen to the show online, go to www.apajamaparty.com and click the banner in the upper right corner. But if you want to talk to the crew, you need to call us on 914-803-4306 and press 1. We'll get to your call as soon as possible. It's nothing but fun and a pillow fight every Friday night at the Pajama Party. And remember, PJs only, no clothes allowed. Now back to the crew and more of the Pajama Party. Bartender, another round for the house. Thank you, darling.
Welcome back to the Pajama Party. One of the hosts, Poppa DD. I'm here with Ketel.
Hello.
And Redwine.
Bonsoir.
All right. And what's popping tonight? I like to talk about just go back and focus on what we're doing when you see that there's different how attorneys and all want to put they want to throw some conspiracy theories and get people to talking, you know, and that's one of the most interesting things that we really have to be aware of when we go to grab a hold of a story or a situation. You know, we can't let different things that a defense attorney said sway us to think something different. You know, the one thing that people in this world don't deserve to do, despite whatever the situation is die. You know, because everybody wants to come home at the end of the day no matter what. And if you're going to die to the hands of the gun, at least have a gun in your hand fighting back. And I'm not talking about police. I'm just speaking gun on gun. But if somebody has a gun and you don't, then there's no advantage on your part at all. You have no gun, no bulletproof vest, no anything. So therefore, you're a fishing in a barrel, so to speak. You know, and once that happens, you can't. And also, on that particular case we were speaking on about the police officer in South Carolina, it was seen on the video where he threw the taser on top of the guy's body on the ground. So all that's going to come out. All that's going to come out. I mean, or it may not come out. But the whole thing in a nutshell is let's always call a spade a spade. You know, let's not be so politically correct where we're so worried about things. You know, we preach how we want to be free, how we want to have our own independence as a people. But then we bitch up at the last minute, you know, falling for the conspiracy theories, and we start talking that lolly-dolly stuff like the yahoos do. So what are we and who are we? I don't think we know who we are. One minute we want to be justified and say aloud, I'm black and I'm proud. The next minute we want to be bougie and politically correct and be on the other side. So what side of the seesaw are we on? The upside, the downside? You know, choose something. Be strong in your convictions. You know, Redwine's resting me tonight, so I'm going to close it off. You know,
I didn't say a word.
Anyway.
I'm listening to you make your case.
But all I'm saying in a nutshell, when you see something out there with somebody getting shot in the back 8 times, put a family member in that situation. You know, just put a family situation because he is a family member of somebody. Don't let the fact he owes child support sway you or whatever. Everybody owes something to somebody in this world. We're not running from it, but maybe we are. If we don't pay that bill, we're running from it. If that collection agency is calling us, we're running from it. So what have you. So we're all running in our own way. So don't think that man's running. How many collection calls you get a day from a company saying, pay me my money? You're like, I ain't paying you nothing.
Wrong number.
Okay. What if Dewey, Cheat him and Hal come and shoot you?
Wrong number.
So all I'm saying in a nutshell to wrap up things, you know, call a spade a spade. You know, look at the evidence of this particular case, and they finally indicted a police officer. So let's see what happens with that, and you know, and let justice prevail. It's got nothing to do with who we want to be right or wrong in that case, but just let the truth come out and let justice prevail because that was somebody's family, and he didn't deserve to die like that.
Absolutely.
So
yeah, you're right about that.
I'm wrapping up because Redwine is kicking my
Oh,
my shin. Stop kicking my shin. Stop kicking my chair. I'm off. Hey, wow.
I'm gonna keep rolling. Oh my goodness.
No, but I wait, before you go, I just want to say I completely agree with you. I wasn't trying to give sides or anything on the story. I was just reading the news because I don't recall all the details now. But now that you mentioned that about the officer throwing the stun gun down,
the stun gun
I
was
do
thrown
remember
on that man's
now.
body after the situation. Because once you do something horrific like the cop did, he's realizing his actions, and he don't think nobody's looking. We were lucky and blessed to have that person
The
that
cell
you
phone
said.
video.
The cell phone video was a blessing. If it wasn't there, it'd be, he grabbed my...
it'd be his word against the dead man.
Exactly. So,
and the dead man can't say a
it's going to be a very interesting case.
You're so right.
But it won't be as interesting as those people...
Well, you know, I'll just say this, and I'm going to leave that alone. I did read that they were thinking about trying to get the case moved to somewhere else because their concern is because of all the media attention that the case got there, that they don't think they'll be able to find an unbiased jury and all of that. So we'll see if they move it.
You know where they need to move that case to? They need to set chairs up in a podium right there in that yard where he was killed.
Oh, Lord.
That's where the case should be, right there where he got shot. Put chairs
now who's
and
the radical?
Podium. I'm not being radical. You want to move it somewhere, let's put chairs and a tent out there right where the
you know that would be beyond radical.
Let's put the court chambers right there
well,
where his
if you
dead
guys got any questions or comments what we're talking about, hit us up. 914-803-4306
and press 1.
Press 1 to get in the queue.
And we're going to scoot on over to the weird news. Yeah, exactly.
There it is. All right now. We're going to lighten it up a little bit. Check this out. Neiman's Marcus sold out of $66 frozen collard greens.
Neiman Marcus?
$66.
Why are they selling collard
What type
greens?
of store is Neiman Marcus, first of all?
Upscale. Upscale.
All right. So what
everybody knows Neiman's Marcus.
Okay. So how did collard greens get inside the
I'm getting ready to tell you the story.
Yeah, please.
Okay.
Please.
People are spending serious green on collard greens just 2 days after the internet had a collective fit about Neiman's Marcus selling pre-cooked and frozen collard greens for $66 plus $15.50 for shipping.
Crazy.
The luxury department store has sold out of the insanely marked up side dish.
Sold out.
Yep. Yet it wasn't just the price point with which people took issue. Many felt that Neiman's Marcus move was an appropriation of food culture. The food that was considered poor people's food or Southern food or black food is now being advertised and sold by luxury brand. Nicole Taylor, author of the Up South cookbook, told the Washington Post. The Neiman's Marcus collard greens are a new item we are carrying this year. This is not the first time the company has sold food at a cost that caused some to lose their cool. Last year it sold tamales for $92.
Tamales?
This year the $92 tamales are back.
Those are little things that the Spanish people looks like an apple with some skin around it. Isn't that what that is?
No, it's like some leaves and it has meat in it or something or some kind of cornmeal.
No, but I think those when they're prepared, but tamales are
also
some
kind of cornmeal.
It's like with the corn husk.
Right.
It has like those
corn husk on the outside. It looks like an apple inside of it. And you cut it up in the...
No.
I don't know what it looks like on the inside.
No, I mean raw. I don't mean...
Oh, I don't know.
It's raw, yeah.
I know tamales are very inexpensive to make.
Then you just boil.
Oh, they're making the prep, not the...
They're selling them packaged and frozen.
Well, how much? $92 tamales are back. They are back.
Oh,
so
my
with
God.
$65 broccoli cheese casserole and $80 baked bean medley,
$80
that is guaranteed
for baked
to make
beans?
your fart smell like $1 million.
Oh my gosh. Neiman's Marcus has lost their head.
Well, I think that all this goes right in line with the bicycles and the jogging and everything else because, a lot of people are really into kale. They're eating a lot of green kale.
Really?
But they want to change up now to something different.
Yeah, because now you can get kale salad, fried kale chips.
But wait a minute. They pulled, who was it? What's the fancy grocery store? They were selling the asparagus in the jar for a crazy price. Whole Foods.
Yeah.
And they called them on that. I'm like, are you crazy?
Yeah, they did.
And they pulled
it. Oh, well, who's got the kiss it list? Put the Neiman Marcus on the kiss it list.
I've heard people say if there's
Papa
a Whole Foods in that neighborhood, that's the neighborhood that they can live in.
Yeah, I've heard that.
I can go right ahead with that.
I heard that.
Okay,
there's
Neiman
a Whole
Marcus.
Foods there. I can move to that neighborhood. Yeah. I could walk my dog, ride my bike, and I could jog.
That's almost the concept with Walmart and Target. They say if you live in Target, you live near Target, your quote unquote house prices are different than if you live in a Walmart community. Okay, really? Anyway, that's just people's misconceptions. But,
and they're selling these frozen greens for how much?
$66.
Oh my gosh.
They're pre-cooked though.
Yeah.
So they ain't gonna spend 3 hours like
no.
folks of the Nubian flavor do.
But
Nor are they gonna wash them damn
That's
things.
my weird news.
Oh, okay.
So we know some people wash collard greens in bleach, right? Yes, I heard.
Oh, I ain't messing with that. Look, folks, wash stuff in bleach in the tub, and folks like, pew, they're gone. I don't blame them. Shit.
Yeah, that's some wild stuff.
That's a bit much for me.
I mean, I've heard of people putting salt in the water.
Yeah.
You know, to get rid of
I think just to be real short on this, the concept of the whole green situation is that a lot of people, the kale was the big to-do vegetable of that particular persuasion of people that ride bicycles, walk their dogs,
and shop at Neiman Marcus.
And jog. Okay, no, we got told what they do now. Because all this stuff, walking your dog, jogging, and riding bicycles, this is a new way of meeting people. The dog smells the other dog. Oh, it's a new hookup, of course. You go downtown D.C., that's all you see is dog walking, dogs sniffing each other's butt. If the two dogs get along, people are like, what's your name anyway? Oh, my name is Harry. Oh, my name is Judy.
Oh, my God.
When you off? 6 o'clock in the Okay, I work 6 o'clock in the
Well, I guess that's better than these apps where they swipe left and swipe right.
Why don't we go jogging? We'll walk our dog. You know, and this is the initial thing. This is the, walking your dog, jogging, and then you need your vegetable. Kale is usually the choice of that particular persuasion, but now they're able to go and get some pre-cooked greens.
Frozen collard greens.
Collard greens is something they
Southern style.
I always heard that black people ate those things. They're really good. They're really good, really good. But now they're able to get them and just heat them up in the microwave.
Well, let me say this. Anybody who wants some greens and you don't know how to cook them, let us know. We will do it for $20.
Oh, you're going to go back in the day.
We will wash them, package them, do the whole thing, clean them, cook them.
Too,
Oh no, I'm not doing all that. I'm just saying, if you're willing to spend $66, I'll do it for $20. And that's all I'm saying.
But what is the poundage? What are they getting for $66? Did they put how many greens?
I thought I saw something about like 4 servings and packages or something.
I tell you what.
Basically enough to feed 4 people for one meal.
You go in Shoppers with $66, so you come out with a whole trunk full of damn greens.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I said. I'll do it for $20. I will cook you 5 pounds of collard greens that'll serve your whole family for at least 3 or 4 meals.
$66 worth of greens, man. You can fill a whole police paddy wagon.
Okay, I tell you what. I'll give you 10 pounds.
And they're selling them for how much? Like 3 meals?
Yeah, I'm saying 10 pounds. You could eat off of that. A family of 4. Come on, you could eat that for about 3-4 days.
And then you got the manipulation of their own people bullshitting them. I'm sorry, I meant that. Their own people are manipulating them. Well, how deep is that?
Yeah, you're right.
How deep
well, let's go on. Let's see. What else do we have in the weird news tonight? Let's see. I got one.
Go ahead.
Okay, this is one, and this is another crazy one. The Miss Bum Bum pageant is getting crucified for the Last Supper photo that they put together. I didn't even know there was a Miss Bum Bum pageant. But there's a photo showing the contestants of a Brazilian butt pageant that's reenacting Leonardo da Vinci's Last Supper. So that's, of course, causing a lot of the Catholics there in South America to become really upset. Now, this controversial image was part of a promotional campaign for the upcoming Miss Bum Bum pageant, and this is a contest that annually honors the women of Brazil's best butts. So this year, the pageant is taking place on November 9th in Sao Paulo. So if you're trying to get there for it, you better get your tickets.
What's the day?
Oh, today is the 4th. So it's going to be in 5 more days.
Okay. Now what are they wearing? Are they wearing a G-string?
They wear like G-strings and bikinis, a bikini with a thong, basically.
Can you take pictures?
I don't know about that. But when you get back, let me know. Okay. So as a cheeky publicity stunt, the founder, Mr. Oliver, had 8 finalists pose as Jesus and his apostles in the iconic Last Supper pose, with the person who he thought had the best bottom in the middle where Jesus was in that picture.
Wait a minute.
And all of them are turning with their backside to the camera. So when you see this picture, you see the one in the center who's very, very well endowed in the chest, and all the other women posing as well, that's what I'm telling you about the picture. Mm-hmm. All the other women in the picture have their backs to the camera, and they're wearing thongs. So all you see is all these butts across the table. Mm-hmm. So anyway, it was a very distasteful thing.
Do we have a picture of that?
I'll show it to you on the next break. So you have one of the Catholic priests, Father Vieira, from Rio de Janeiro, who said that this has broken the boundaries of ethics and respect, all in the name of money.
But I will be
behave, Papa.
But I will be there to observe the event. I'm completely opposed to the event, but I won't be there to observe it.
Stop. One of the contestants said that she completely understands. She said you can't play around with the Word of God. And she said, I only did the photo because of my contract, but I didn't like it, and I was not happy to do it. But her butt is in that picture.
And I reluctantly cast that check. I really didn't mean to cast that check, but I reluctantly did it,
Well, they said that winners of this pageant become national celebrities and earn a lot of money and endorsements, so the stakes are high. And they said that some people will do anything to get their butt front and center. And then back in 2013, 2 models were accused of paying thousands of dollars in bribes to judges to ensure that their butts would be front runners.
Really?
Yep. And it says next year the contestant Livia Santos, and this was after 2013, so that was 2014, Livia Santos was disqualified after she was accused of rigging the online voting by purchasing votes. So apparently they vote online for who's the winner. So starting in 2015, contestants have to prove that their behinds are all natural and not the result of implants or any synthetic products. So I guess they have some fake butts.
What are they looking for? Are they looking for shape? Or are they looking for?
They're looking for
whatever
boldness. It's online voting. So I guess when you see the pictures of the backsides, you decide which one you like the best.
Oh, so this is online.
Oh, Lord, I shouldn't have told you that. Yeah, somewhere online. I don't know.
I'm just, for media purposes, I want to observe, maybe report on the next week's show.
Okay. But we'll check on it when we go off the air, and you can let people know next week what you found out.
Research.
Yeah, for the sake of research. Yeah, that's a good one. Okay. All right, what else is happening in the weird news?
Wow. Woman wins $43 million slot machine jackpot, but all she got was meat.
Huh?
An unemployed mother of 4 says that she was suing a Resort World Casino in Queens, New York, after the slot machine indicated that she won $43 million, but all she got was a steak dinner. I feel like they did me real dirty. Her name is Katrina Bookman. She told the New York Daily News in her published story on Wednesday. In August, Bookman thought that she had won the life-changing jackpot on the slots when a message on the monitor said, printing cash ticket $43, 949-627. And she took a selfie.
So wait a minute, that was $43 million.
Yeah, 43. Oh, these okay.
43 million what?
43,944,672.76 Anyway, she took a selfie with her glowing face next to the words, and she said, I can't believe it. And she said, my body went numb. But then when the authorities arrived, they said, well, this was a malfunction. We'll call you tomorrow when we get the results of the situation. And
I've been like, I'm not going anywhere until I get my money.
I'm going to spend the night right here.
Yep.
They're also saying that the person who was representing the casino said that the casino should at least dole out the supposedly maximum payout of $6,500, but she got shanghai because they don't ever expect them things to win,
And they gave her a steak dinner and basically said, go away.
Yeah, have a steak dinner.
The machine
I think that steak dinner is an admission of guilt right there.
So she has a lawyer and everything.
Yeah.
Good for her. I hope she wins.
She's putting a case up against her.
Because that's a crock of crap.
I would sue him for $1 million. I'd take it down.
I'd sue him for the whole 40 whatever million. Because if you ask for that, you'll get less.
I wouldn't do that.
Because they're going to settle, like you said.
I said, this is my payout. I want my money.
You got to understand what it was in the beginning.
Yeah.
This was a casino situation that was a by-chance win. So therefore, why would I be greedy and put the stakes higher when I could say this?
Because that's what the ticket said.
Right.
It's not like it said jackpot and you don't know how much.
Yeah, but
it gave a specific amount down to the penny. And they said, oh, no, it was a mistake. You actually get a steak dinner. What?
Really?
This is the Resorts World Casino in Queens, New York, not
put them on the
Las Vegas, Nevada.
I don't care. You shouldn't be in the business if you can't afford to pay out. What's the name of this place? Resorts?
Resorts World Casino.
In Queens?
Yes.
All right.
We're going to take a little CC break. We're going to keep moving.
Yeah, we can take a break.
Okay, let's take a quick one. And we're coming back with me, Redwine, I'm just saying.
Bonsoir, bonsoir. This is Redwine, or as they say in Paris, je suis vin rouge. Join me every Friday right here on A Pajama Party, where I'll get on my rant, sit on my little bar stool, and give you my opinion on whatever has been bugging me or whatever's on my mind this week. You don't want to miss it. I know I won't. So be here with me every Friday, Redwine, on the Pajama Party Show. Visit us on www.apajamaparty.com and check us out. We'll see you there.
Welcome back to the Pajama Party. I'm one of your hosts, Poppa DD. I'm here with Ketel.
Hello.
And Redwine.
Bonsoir.
And we're going to go to Redwine's abbreviated tonight based on she's been talking about time restraints. So
that doesn't apply to me.
We're going to give her half a show, and then we're going to get back to the people over at Neiman to talk more about those collard greens.
Okay, so tonight I'm just saying, what happened to dividing church and state? It is a church in San Diego, California that was distributing flyers with their Sunday morning bulletin that said, it's a mortal sin to vote Democratic. I was like, what? Now, this pastor went so far as to tell his parishioners that they would go to hell if they voted for Hillary Clinton. Now, he told them that Hillary Clinton is carrying out the work of Satan, and Catholics who vote Democratic are going to hell. Really, Pastor? I'm just saying, what happened to dividing church and state? Now, I know a lot of churches have people running for office that come and speak to their members and all, but this has gone to a whole nother level. So I'm just saying that, honestly, I would say the same thing if he had said something negative about Republicans. Right. It shouldn't be about that. So to me, this is just taking advantage of being a leader when you're over a group of people who have faith in you, and they look to you for spiritual guidance, not for political guidance. I mean, it's fine to have a strong conviction about the things you believe in, but telling people that they're going to go to hell forever and ever if they vote for any particular candidate, that's just doing too much. He is way, way overboard doing too much. So I started looking into the First Amendment of the Constitution to see what does it say about the division of church and state. And what I found out is that how people always say about church and state being divided, that's not actually what the Constitution says. The First Amendment says that Congress shall make no law respecting an establishment of religion or prohibiting the free exercise thereof. So basically it says Congress or the government will not meddle in the affairs of the church. But the funny thing is it doesn't say anything about the other way around. So I guess that's why some of these churches feel like they have a right to get involved in affairs of the government the way they do. That said, I still say this pastor in San Diego went way overboard telling people that they're going to go to hell for voting Democratic. I'm just saying, what happened to the division of church and state? Now, that flyer that they gave out, it was called Voter's Guide for Serious Catholics. And it was written in English and Spanish, tucked into the little Sunday morning bulletin. So everybody got a copy. Now, I know a lot of churches serve as polling places, and that's not a new thing. But right there, you already have the churches involved in politics and members of the state. When you start having polling and voting in the physical church, you're now bringing it, crossing that line. So to me already, that might be a concern. But anyway, clearly the interpretation of the First Amendment says we can mess with you, but you can't mess with us as far as the church and state thing goes. And it's kind of one-sided, but even though the Constitution doesn't say it in plain English, I still think there should be a division between church and state. Now, the pastor says that whoever made that flyer public knowledge took it out of context. I don't see how you took it out of context if he clearly said, if you vote Democratic, you're going to hell. How is that taken out of context? Nobody added anything to it. I saw the picture of the flyer, and that's what it said. He claims he would never tell anybody to vote for or against, anybody. But that's exactly what he did. So now we're going to throw some hypocrisy into the pot. But just to focus on the mission of the church, to me, that's what the pastor should be doing. How about you teach about love and helping and being kind and morals and things of that nature? You can teach all the doctrine that goes along with the spiritual side, but I just am not following how do you get to the point where voting for a specific party will send you to hell. I just don't understand where that came from. So anyway, what's important is that we all go out and vote for whomever you desire, whoever that may be, without any threat to your immortal soul. That's all I'm saying. But for real, church and state need to stay on their own sides of the fence. That pastor says that they don't endorse candidates. Well, it sure seems like a backhanded way of doing that. If you say going with one party will send you to hell, don't you think that's sort of like an underhanded way of endorsing the other party? So I'm just saying, I think I'm going to have to put that pastor on the kiss it list because that was ridiculous. And this is Redwine, and I'm just saying, even though the Constitution doesn't say it, church and state really needs to be separate. And that's all I'm saying.
Yeah,
all right.
That was a great point, Redwine.
Thank you.
Well, a lot of people nowadays, they listen to the pastor no matter what.
That's true.
They follow him like he's the, well, we're not going to go there because I don't want to disrespect any of our listeners that may.
Yeah, I don't mean to, I'm a spiritual person, but I just think that when you have somebody telling you if you vote for that party, you're going to hell forever and ever, come on now.
That's a bit much.
That's what he said.
No, I'm talking about you said you get spirits from a liquor store.
I did not. I said I'm spiritual. You know what? Poppa DD on the kiss.
I thought
Uh-huh.
I'm sorry.
Poppa DD, he's on the kiss list?
Poppa DD just made the kiss list.
I thought you said I get spirits from a liquor store.
No, I didn't.
I'm not touching that.
What you said?
No, it is not.
I'm not touching that.
Nowhere near. I was in another room. I came in. I thought you said I get my spirits.
Yeah, okay.
I get my spirits from liquor store.
Oh, that's what you thought, huh?
I'm sorry. I thought that's what I heard.
Sure, you're right.
We're gonna keep moving.
Let's keep it moving.
We're gonna do the Hollywood wrap up.
Poppa okay. He's taking a break. He needs some. Matter of fact, put him in time out. Put him in time out.
Well, I'm gonna make sure.
You're in time out. All right, Ketel, go ahead. What's going on in Hollywood?
Did you guys hear the CMA denies removing Beyonce's performance from the website, social media after racist backlash?
Oh my gosh. I did hear that one.
Crazy. The Country Music Association did not remove mentions of Beyonce's performance on Wednesday on the CMA Awards from its website and social media, despite reports. The CMA, which called Beyonce taking the stage with the Dixie Chicks as a highlight of the evening.
Mm-hmm.
It was truly a highlight.
Oh, they shut it down.
They shut it down. It was really nice. Girlfriend had a serious revealing dress and everything.
That dress was smoking.
She had it going on. Miss B, she was in the house.
Oh, yeah.
According to the CMA, the only mention of Beyonce's appearance that was removed was an unapproved 5-second promotional clip that was pulled prior to the broadcast.
Mm-hmm.
So I think a lot of people kept reading into what they pulled and said it was a racist thing that they did because she was there. But
they invited her. So why are they going to act all brand new? They invited her. It's not like she showed up and crashed the party.
No, but they're saying that they took a 5-second clip off of there that was not approved. I guess people on social media, they blew it more out of proportion than what it was.
But I'm saying, who in CMA has access to their website that they could post an unapproved clip, which somebody then came back and took down?
No,
they're saying that the clip was unapproved.
Right, that they didn't put it up.
Well, who did?
That's a good question.
That's what I'm saying. They control their own website. What are they saying? They got hacked?
It says CMA has...
Yeah.
CMA has not erased any mentions of Beyonce's performance on the CMA Awards. It says, in advance of the broadcast, CMA removed a 5-second promotional clip from ABC.com and CMA's Facebook page. The promo was unapproved, and CMA removed it prior to the broadcast. CMA removed it.
Yeah, but I'm saying, who put it up there?
That's a good question. Beyonce's performance with the Dixie Chicks was the highlight of the evening, and we are continuing to share the amazing full-length performance clip via our official social channels. Beyonce appeared on the awards Wednesday to perform the country teen Daddy Lessons from her album Lemonade. The choice of performer immediately performed to be controversial, with some fans tweeting their outrage at Beyonce's inclusion.
Why are they mad at her?
Saying Beyonce performing at CMA Awards 50 will make sense to me the day George Strait is asked to open the BET Awards. They ought to stop.
Oh, that's what people say.
Why can't they get some flavor? I mean, we can cross.
Because they don't want it.
Beyonce, keep that SHIT out of country music, please. Another demanded. Sugar, honey, iced tea.
Oh, so somebody said for her to keep that shiggity out of country music?
Yeah. I'm like, why we can't, cross over?
But wasn't country music birthed from the blues and things like that?
Yeah.
And that came from who? Black folks. Let's just be honest.
That's true.
So now they have a problem. Okay, never mind. I'm going to let you go ahead and tell the story.
I mean, come on now. Of all people, why they messing with Miss B? Huh? Why they messing with Miss B? They don't want none.
But you know what? Let me just say this about that, then I'm going to let you go on with your Hollywood report. But where was all this outrage when Justin Timberlake performed with, I forgot who it was, one of the country artists last year? Everybody applauded and said, "Oh, this is so wonderful."
I guess because
this was the best show ever.
He's a quote-unquote white guy. I guess Beyonce.
But he's not a country singer.
But they feel as if it's crazy. It doesn't.
So that's the point.
I agree with you.
Justin Timberlake is nowhere near country. But it was cool when Justin did it, like what they call it, like a crossover duo or something.
Yeah.
You had Justin up there who did a country song, and then he sang one of his new songs from his album.
But see,
and they all clapped their hands and said, "Oh, this was wonderful."
My thing is, somebody invited her.
Exactly, just like they invited Justin.
Right.
And the other girl too. Don't leave out her. She goes there as an invite.
Who?
She's not.
You talking about Taylor Swift?
Taylor Swift.
Yeah, she was on there this
Taylor
year
Swift's
too.
not,
sure.
She's neo. She's neo
She's like pop now. She left country altogether.
She goes up there and does her thing. So.
Yeah. So I mean, my thing.
All right, I just wanted to bring that up about they didn't get all pissed off when Justin Timberlake.
But you know what? News like this just makes it bigger than what it is. And it's on point. Once you go on YouTube and see the performance, you're gonna be like, all right.
I think they mad because Beyonce turned some of those folk out.
And it wasn't about old girl this time. The one who used to be married to Blake Shelton.
Oh yeah, Miranda Lambert.
They think Miranda is a sex kitten, but Beyonce went there and put her ass.
Let me show you what that really looks like.
I think Miranda's messing with the boy, Blake's best friend, the one that.
I don't know. She was on the red carpet with some guy. I don't know who it was.
Yeah, who knows?
Also, one last though, The View clashes with Trump campaign manager Kellyanne Conway.
Oh, Kellyanne?
Yeah.
That woman. She's
Donald Trump's long-suffering campaign manager, Kellyanne Conway, may have been in a better mood this Wednesday morning than she was the last when she visited The View.
Oh, she was on The View?
Mm-hmm. I know.
Did not want any of that.
Whoopi put a brand new hole in it.
To Joy.
As the polls continue to tighten heading into Election Day, Conway took a swipe at Hillary Clinton by saying, so many people shouldn't have been getting their inaugural ball gown size popping their champagne corks prematurely. She's specifically highlighting the ABC News tracking poll that stands out from the pack with Trump taking the lead nationally. It's our favorite poll. The poll talk was the first thing to set Goldberg off. Didn't you guys say the polls were rigged?
That's my girl, Joy. Goldberg. You said Whoopi said that.
Right, distancing yourself from her candidate. Conway smiled broadly as she replied, "Never me. I love this poll." And you love the media now to yes. So you remember she said we were all crooked. She added of Trump. As Conway continued to deny the facts, Goldberg asked her, "Why have you been watching? What have you been watching?" He said the media is crooked, the polls are crooked, everything is crooked. She wondered if everything would be crooked again, if the polls started going against him again. I'm like, so Whoopi and the campaign manager, they went back and forth. And she was like, Whoopi said, "I got something for you." Whoopi went back and forth. I don't blame her.
I think Joy's the biggest threat than Whoopi, though, when it comes to
Republican
politics. Yeah, Joy puts it in.
She does. I have to give it to her.
Joy don't care about nobody. She's like, hell with all of y'all.
But she'll make a good joke of it. Whoopi will hit you right between the eyes.
Yes, she will.
And be like, "I'm not playing. This is not a joke."
I know. She's serious.
Whoopi's holding on to that show, and Barbara Wawa knows it. She said, if I didn't have Whoopi here, because all these other people are scared to speak their mind. The girl that used to be on that show, what's the show?
Which one? You talking about Rosie?
No, the one that's on the show where she was with the little twins.
Oh, you talking about the two sisters?
Yeah,
the twins? Tamara and Tia?
No.
Mary?
The two little girls, little white twins.
Mary Kate and Ashley.
Yeah, what show was that?
Full House.
Full House. Now the girl there for Full House?
Yeah, Candace Cameron.
Candace, she's scared of her own shadow. She don't want to talk about nothing.
She
wants to speak her mind, but
she's been on there.
Yeah.
Has she?
But she has no opinion. But every now and then she speaks on the right side of white, but then she shuts it down, and everybody else is talking. She's sitting there looking all pretty because she's got her child on. She got old boy to pick her child on The Voice, and
yeah, I saw that.
And also
her daughter was on The Voice.
The guy,
I think
what's his name? Partner, the partner of Babyface. What's his name? The other brother.
Oh, bald-headed guy.
Yeah, Pebbles wife.
I can't think of what's his name. Black guy, bald-headed.
I can't think of his name.
Yeah, him.
Yeah, help us out. If you're out there, you know who we're talking about. Babyface's partner, L.A. Reid. She got L.A. Reid to get him an audition, get her an audition.
Yeah,
can you get my daughter in begging them on TV? I said, damn, girl, is it like that? And it's so deep because the two little twins, they're billionaires.
Yeah.
They sitting at home smoking weed saying, look at these motherfuckers on the show.
Is that what they doing? They smoking weed?
Them two little girls are billionaires.
I know that.
So they were selling all kind of little toys and games and dresses.
They got a fashion line and everything.
Oh, my God. They come a long way from being a little. Remember, I used to talk.
That's my Hollywood wrap up for tonight. Short and sweet.
All right, that was a good one. You got it in. It's a lot of mess going on in Hollywood. All right, you want to go to you, Papa?
Yeah, let's.
For the city?
Sure, I can do that.
All right, what you got for us tonight?
I would like to talk about the triangle called Chicago.
Go ahead.
Chicago is a cold-blooded triangle. And the triangle is only protected on two corners of it, not the third corner. Now, I say that because if you ever been to Chicago, there's a downtown Chicago where you have the House of Blues, you have Navy Piers, you have the boat rides and everything. Wonderful, wonderful town. Downtown with your foodieries, eateries, and things like that. Then you have the north side where the Wrigley Field is, the baseball field, where they just won a championship after 100 years. And they had their parade today with people, thousands and thousands of people going through North Chicago, waving and balloons and celebrations. And then the aftermath was downtown Chicago, where you got you could take your boat rides. There's all kind of different waters all over the place. You can ride boats there. You can go over Navy Pier. You can do your thing. And then you got the South Side, where black folks are and people are killing each other. But understand that the South Side, Chicago's so big and so protected with barriers and long streets that block different fairways, that South Side of Chicago can be completely a war zone, and the other two aspects of Chicago wouldn't even have a clue of what was happening. This is very evident. I mean, you go down, if you're going into South Side of Chicago, you'll know it. Because you'll go down a long street from downtown, get on the bus, this one street that connects to the major street. You stay on that same street from downtown and take it into South Side of Chicago. It's the same big street, but it starts to get a little ghetto-fied as it gets, near when you're entering the South Side. I think you see a Church's Chicken, and you know you're there. Anyway, you get there, and all of a sudden you're in South Side of Chicago, and they got the police headquarters in the South Side of Chicago. The headquarters, brand new building, beautiful building, right there in South Side of Chicago. But that's where the crime is and the killings are. But downtown, with all your buildings and your boat rides and Navy Pier and everything, nothing's going on there. And over on the north side, where the Wrigley Field was and all the activity was of the World Series last few days, nothing going on there. So like I said, Chicago's a big triangle. 3 different corners. South side, where they got all your black folks killing and shooting and maiming each other. You got your downtown area where everybody's having a ball, living life, boat rides and everything. And you got the north side where the baseball stadium is, where everything's cool. The suburban white folks live over there. So, wow. Hello, Chicago. How about tighten up a little bit and take a little bit and give some to another bit and break off some for South Side Chicago. Build some stuff over there. So Chicago's a victim of circumstances, in my opinion. Nothing was ever given to the South Side. It's way down the street away from everything. That's why they're able to be so destructive down there. But you can still go to Chicago and ride boats and do tours and have a great time. And you wouldn't even see anything that you don't want to see. You can go up into what used to be the Sears Tower,
Imagine that.
It's interesting.
All right. Well, that was a good one. So that was the Triangle of Chicago.
Triangle, Chicago.
All right. Chicago in a long time. I need to go check it out.
All right, man.
Well, we got a caller. Let's see. Let's get this caller on the line. Caller, you're live on the Pajama Party Show. Go right ahead.
Yes. How y'all doing?
Excellent. How are you?
Okay. Y'all remember the incident with Christie and the bridge?
Right. Yeah, we talked about that.
Today they convicted 2 people.
Fine, we talked about that.
Yep, they sure did.
Yeah. So
I forgot their names now.
Y'all put them on the attention list.
Okay, I sure will.
Okay.
I'm going to put all of them on there.
So
Christie and those
he
people.
He don't know nothing about it. So put him on there too.
Yeah, sure he does.
Okay, we sure will.
Okay.
He knows everything about everything.
All right, we got you. That's a good call. All right, thank you, caller. We will add them to the list. All right. So let's see what else we got next. Cocktail of the week.
Okay. I'm
all right. I know you got a good one for us this week. What you got?
Vanilla old fashioned.
Ooh.
This is interesting. We trying it tonight. Take 1.5 ounces of Crown Royal vanilla.
Oh, that's that new Crown Royal.
Yes, it is. It's pretty tasty. You can just put over some ice, but we're going to do it with the vanilla old fashioned.
Okay.
Take 1.5 ounces of Crown Royal vanilla, 0.25 ounces of simple syrup, 1 to 3 dashes of bitters. So you mix that with the rocks glass. Combine all ingredients in a mixing glass with ice and stir until chilled. Strain into a rocks glass over fresh ice and garnish with an orange twist. That sounds good.
It is good. I have to say, I've been sipping on one tonight, and I really like that one.
I mean, that's called the vanilla old fashioned. That's the Crown Royal Vanilla. That's something new. Mm-hmm.
Okay, I like that. So we'll update the website and have that available. You can go to apajamaparty.com, get the recipe, and give it a try. That's that new Crown Royal Vanilla.
Yes, there's some point.
It doesn't taste very vanilla, but it has a really good flavor.
It's nice. I used to like it over some ice and just, if you had the hellified week, it's perfect. Over some ice.
So, okay. Well, let's keep going. Let's see what else we have. Oh, it's time for the Kiss It list.
Mm-hmm.
What's the Kiss It list, Papa?
So this is a list of things compiled of everything that somebody that did something wrong. And
see, that's why you on the Kiss It list.
Mm-hmm.
people that did things wrong and
Papa
did things
DD over
vicious
here clowning.
did things malicious. And we compiled a list of everybody who showed their butt of the previous week or the previous day or the previous hour, depending on when we get the news. And we put them on a list we compiled called the Kiss It list. And you're welcome to call and give somebody you want to give, friends, family, mother, father, sister, brother, whatever.
Yeah, friend of me.
It's up to you. You can give a Social Security number, too. This is my damn brother, 245-526279 is a Social Security number. You know,
Yeah,
whatever
well,
you
you
want
know,
to
a name is sufficient.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway,
So we'll take phone numbers.
we're going to run it down.
Okay, well, first I have Georgia Governor Nathan Deal, who's a Republican from Georgia. Now, this man gave a speech on education, and he used the term colored people.
Ooh.
Oh, God. And then he tried to cover it up and say, well, what I meant was the NAACP. You know, they're the association or whatever of the colored people. That's who I was referring to.
God.
Wait a minute, he said colored people?
He said colored people. It's Georgia, man.
He's back in
But see, here's the funny thing about that. Well, not funny. The sad thing about it is the actual statement he made was if they wanted to help colored people, this amendment was a good place to start. He was trying to propose an amendment to something to do with education, and he was saying it would help the colored people. So to say if they wanted to help colored people, this amendment was a good place to start. That was a quote. How did you mean NAACP if you said colored people? You said Georgia.
Well,
He's the governor.
okay.
I'm like, all right, you on the Kiss
We
It
gave
list.
him too much time. Let's
Yeah.
move
Melania Trump for saying that she would make cyberbullying her project even though her husband does more of it than anybody
on.
else.
She speaks broken English. I want to say that my husband is a great man.
All the racists who had a problem with Beyonce singing at the CMAs as if you own the genre of country music. You don't. The terrorist who vandalized the historically black church in Greenville, Mississippi by painting Vote Trump all over the building.
Really?
Yeah, they didn't have anything better to do. Your boy, Senator John McCain, for saying that he's going to do everything he can to block all of Hillary Clinton's Supreme Court nominations if she becomes president. He hadn't even got in the chair yet, and he's already saying, I'm not going to let you do a daggone thing.
Well, as we said before, the reference to that is that you need to stop being so preoccupied with the destruction of your own people. And while you're doing that, what are the Chinese and the Japanese doing?
Buying up America.
Buying up your shit.
There you go.
Okay.
Kendall Jenner for saying that, you know, one of the Kardashians, one of the younger ones that's a model or something now.
What's she say?
She's all right. Anyway, she's on the Kiss It list for saying that she got so drunk on her birthday, she forgot she got a car as a gift. I'm like, girl, sit down.
I don't know.
Sit down.
Was she driving it? Was she drunk?
No.
Probably was.
Somebody probably put a bow or something on it, and she was all wasted. She
Got it
didn't
from
remember.
She probably not even old enough.
Got it from who?
I think she just turned 21. I don't know who gave her the car.
That's
Anyway, Neiman Marcus for selling frozen collard greens for $66. Shame on you.
So now, where is this refrigerator section set up? Next to the shoes department?
I have no idea.
When you go in there, there's a jewelry department, and then
I don't know.
there's a refrigerator.
I think it's an online thing. You can purchase it and they send it to you. I don't know. The Resorts World Casino in Queens, New York for shamming that lady out of her money.
I know that one.
We got Poppa DD.
You know what?
Also, the San Diego pastor for telling people that they will go to hell for voting Democratic. And we got Chris Christie, Bridget Ann Kelly, and Bill Baroni for their involvement in Bridgegate. Anybody else?
You hear those vowels in the names?
Roger Goodell.
Yeah, Baroni. I know that's Italian, but anyway.
Roger Goodell.
Roger Goodell. Anybody else this week that we can think of?
Redwine, maybe?
Yeah, right. Don't even try it. All right. Well, we have something special. We're going to put a bow on it and give it to you. Here it is.
Kiss my entire ass. Kiss my Irish ass. You better kiss my Irish ass. This world can kiss my ass. Kiss my ass. You can just kiss my ass. Baby, you can just kiss my ass. Oh, you can kiss my country ass. I said if you got a problem with any of that, you can kiss my natural born redneck to the bone, ever-loving country ass. That's right.
Yeah, that was the Kiss the List. We got a little time to play with on the back end. Redwine, you were just saying something about this judge with. I made a statement earlier about the whole sugarcoating aspect and the political correctness of stuff, when we should just call a spade and leave it alone. And we just did the same thing just now with the gentleman who called the people colored. That's what he did.
Yeah, that's what he
That's
did.
the nature of the time frame that his mind lives in. And when he comes out to play, that's where he can't help himself.
Well, he tried to clean it up and say,
but
I meant to say the NAACP.
Redwine,
I'm
I appreciate you doing the
you
dialogue
said
on that.
Exactly what
but
you
we don't
meant.
need to hear that. We heard what he wanted us to hear. Because the man can't help himself, and we ain't going to give him no excuses for that. Colored people, why don't we just call him like Chris Rock, cracker ass cracker? Why don't we go to some terms that are totally outdated, or like Korean, not Korean, but people love to be called Asians. You know, they don't want to be called Orientals anymore.
Yeah, that's true.
Okay, my brother uses that term. I'm like, yo, man.
Oh, I know a lot of people.
Down, we're the Orientals. Oh, Lord. Man, if Asian person heard you call them an Oriental, oh my God.
But that's the same thing with, Spanish, it depends on where they're from, the origin.
Yeah.
Yeah,
it's true. Don't call a person from
Puerto Rico.
Mexican. Oh.
Right. No, they don't.
Don't go there.
Offended.
Or Guatemalan. A Mexican.
I guess there's no really category for, I guess, quote unquote black. African Americans, I guess there's no category.
Well, I think African Americans is a word that people force themselves to say, and they try to make it sound so political. I'd rather be called black myself, to be honest with you. It gives me more.
Yeah, I'm with you on that one.
I'm not. When people are forcing themselves, when you sit around people with another persuasion, there's a break in their neck. Well, the African Americans. It's so.
You know what? I'm start checking mix.
Yeah.
Because I'm sorry, but one half of my descent is from England, so who knows? You never know.
I like that box that says other.
Yeah, I might start picking like other. Yeah.
England.
Try to categorize.
New England, Boston area. England.
No, we England, from England.
Oh, London, perhaps.
Well, outside of London.
Oh my!
It's in the States outside of London.
Have some royal lineage.
It's just like falling off a rock.
Maybe. I have to go find out.
Heavens to Betsy.
Yes.
You felt like I was falling off a rock.
Oh boy.
Okay.
Could you imagine me going over to London and signing in on the hotel, and they're like, "You are who?" Yes, that's who I am.
Yeah. They'll be like, wait right here. There's somebody out there perpetrating a fraud.
Might be some kid to the queen. Who knows?
Okay, let's not go that far.
They're going to get you a little band to walk in front of you, give you some theme music while you walk.
Remember that actor? I mean, he was blacker than black. He was 6 removed.
Oh, yeah, that's
part of the queen.
6 degrees and separation.
Yeah, you'd be surprised.
Yeah, you're right. I'll sit corrected.
Okay, but it's all good. You got any other footnotes, Papa?
There's so much in the world today.
I
just, this is our last show before the election, so I'm sure our next week's show will be loaded with the purge of that day, because I'm sure that the poll booths and everything are going to be on fire.
I know it is.
And if you, like I said, if people are burning churches and things now, and things going on, I think that day is going to be a very horrific day. Hope nobody gets hurt. I hope I don't get hurt, or you guys don't get hurt. But that day is going to be very interesting. So if you're going to go somewhere, vote somewhere that's familiar. Don't say, well, let me go over here to Montgomery County real quick, because it might be less crowd. Okay, all right.
I do know today is the last day for D.C. as far as early voting.
Really?
Yeah, I think yesterday was the last day for Maryland.
Yeah, it seems like that's the best route anymore.
Yeah.
I don't know about Virginia.
You get out there
absentee vote. That's how I did absentee vote. I'm not gonna stand in no line. I don't have time for that.
And I think that the different protesters, because this is the most eclectic time of anything.
But the key thing is just to get out there and vote. I don't care how you vote. Early, absentee, standing in line.
Just don't vote late.
There you go. Vote on time.
Vote on time.
Yep.
If you didn't get early, go on time.
Right. Because your vote wants to be able to count. We want to be able to count your vote. And my thing is, if quote unquote Donald Trump does not win, my thing is he's going to start a whole nother revolution of.
Of course, because his advertisement is out there.
It was rigged. And he's going to want to recount.
But but not only that, after all that dust died, he's going to have the biggest corporation on the planet. Believe me, he's going to be bigger than big, because he's already put his name out there, his stuff out there. He's advertised big time. He ain't got to promote himself at all. He's already a made person. He's almost like Bill Gates. Bill Gates ain't got to promote himself. He's out there already. But Trump ain't selling. What is he selling? He's building. He ain't selling.
He's selling his name. That's
his name. Some people even use his name.
Well, he's having a problem with that.
I know, but not selling no universities.
Yeah, I just read something earlier today about one of his hotels in Toronto is about to file or just filed for bankruptcy or something.
Really?
And it's only been open like 4 years.
Really?
But apparently this isn't one that he owned. It was one that his name, it was like a licensing thing for the name.
See, that's how he's making his money. His licenses.
Yeah.
He figure, why I gotta go build a big building and they can use my name.
And what they did is they got people to invest and they put all their money in. So he really didn't have much to lose, other than maybe reputation. But a lot of people lost, like one person lost over $900,000 in that investment. So they're gonna be sitting on dirt.
Wow.
And he'll just continue to, sit up in the tower.
I know. Collect his money.
Yep.
Well, what's your last word tonight, Rita?
My last word is please make sure you get out and vote for whomever you want to vote for. Just get out there and be part of the process. And thanks for listening and hanging out with us, and we'll see you next week.
What's your last word, Papa?
My last word is to be safe. We live in some trying times today. And just make sure when you go vote that that's your purpose to do. Don't respond to smart remarks or feed into anything. If you're voting for Hillary, then so be it. But you ain't gotta get into a battle with a Trump supporter. Just vote
and vice versa.
Just vote and take your ass home.
Right.
I'm in therapy.
Okay. What's your last word, Ketel?
Thanks to our old listeners, new listeners, and future listeners. Thanks to our parent company, DC Homegrown, keeping the lights on for us tonight.
Thank you.
And a shout-out to everybody that's out there listening, from Cali to New York City. We appreciate you listening. And our new listeners, I have some co-workers that are out there listening. Appreciate you listening tonight. And we'll see you next week. This is Ketel.
And Redwine saying bonsoir.
And Poppa DD.
Uh-oh. We're saying goodnight, Papa.
You know that sugar kid.
Oh,
yeah,
God.
Poppa DD, sign off, old boy. Old boy, Papa Cup, Roger Wilco.
All righty. Here's here. Gonna hit the pillow. That's what I'm And we'll say goodnight, and we'll talk with you next week. Be cool and vote. All right.
Initiating shutdown sequence.
Is it all over, Rock?
I guess so.
I bid you farewell, arrivederci, sayonara, and all that sort of jazz.
Well, when you gotta go, you gotta go.
Well, good night.
Yabiko. Sana.
I regret to announce this is the end. I'm going now.
Good night, and good luck.
Was it as good for you as it was for me?
Now give me a kiss and say good night.
Good night.
Good night.
Thank you. Goodbye now. Goodbye. Goodbye. Thank you. Goodbye.
Thank you for attending our show, and good night.
Pajama Party, grown and sexy, throwing a party. Pajama Party Crew, keep it real for you. No clothes allowed. Pajama Party, grown and sexy, throwing a party. Pajama Party Crew.